So I had to play like at a very young age at the opera in my city and stuff. And honestly, it was so scary. But after doing it, I just felt amazing. And thanks to that, that's when I started realize like it's pretty damn.
All right, Vicky,
Yes,
you ready?
hi. I am ready.
All
Yes.
right, let's do it. So first maybe a little bit different start than with everybody else. So because I just thought about it. So you are from Sweden, right?
Yes, I am.
You'll be
Yes.
living there for your whole life, or did
I would
you?
say 99% of my life I've lived in Sweden, yeah.
All right. So you were
Um,
born there, or
yeah. I was born in Sweden.
all right, cool.
So
I
born
just look at the
and
chat. Yeah.
raised here. Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, because I know, because we know each other from before, and you said your mom
Yeah.
is from Croatia, which is neighbor
Yeah.
country of Slovenia. So yeah, that is why I was wondering wondering if you were there or you were always in Sweden. All right, cool. That is a good thing. You're from Sweden, so you will give us a lot of, I guess, a lot of insights because you're kind of known for good schools and stuff like that. The Scandinavian. So we will get a sneak peek into the reality of it through the eyes of somebody who lives there.
I will
Um,
do my best.
yeah. So we just go into the question. How or how did you deal with your teenage years, like when it starts or even before? So how was all in all life for you when you were a teenager, or what did you miss, what worked, what didn't work for you?
I would say my life was pretty good. As you said, Sweden in general, it's a good country to live in, mostly because a lot of things are free due to the taxes, so healthcare and school. So at a young age, and when you're a teenager, you don't have to focus on will I like the college part, for example, which a lot of kids have to focus on. So as a kid, you just focus on the year you're in, basically. You just have fun and stuff. And the only thing I would say that I missed out on was partying because I was never into that since
Mhm.
I played games instead. So the only thing I would say I missed out on was all of the quote unquote stupid stuff that the other did. But yeah, other than that, I would say I had a really good childhood, actually. Bless
So
you.
thank you. I muted myself. Otherwise, it would blow up people's ears. Yeah. All right. Cool. And by the way, Garfi, greetings, and everybody else. Changes and something else. You will see. Um. All right. So you said pretty normal, except the parties. You were more into gaming, but
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, how? All right. Let's touch it right here, right now. Right. So how is the why do you think it was like that if you look through the area of school, right? So how is school organized and what it provides for kids or teenagers in Sweden?
In here, I don't really know how it works for you, but here it is. You go to the school that is closest to you. So you have a bunch of schools. Since I live in a pretty big city,
Hmm.
I was with the same people from kindergarten up until ninth grade, basically. So all of my friends that I grew up with that lived in my neighborhood that I hung out with every day, we were together all the time, and that I think is really good. So we all just went together and had fun. So you never had to be put in a position where you're new, unless you moved, of course. And the school system is they help everyone, and if you feel like you're behind, they will put in special needs for you. Since the school is basically free, they they have like this everything has to be equal for everyone.
Hmm.
So if you were behind in like mathematics or English or Swedish, they really put in time to help you out, to help all of the kids out, which I
Oh,
think is really good.
yeah, yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
so. Regarding the first thing you said, it is pretty similar here in Slovenia.
Mm.
We also usually, unless you have a choice, right? You can sign your kid into kindergarten on the other side of the town or the school on the other side of the town. That is, but mostly is like you said, and Except I would say in Ljubljana is maybe different because it has many high schools and many,
Yeah.
but that's already high school. So grammar school is like you said. Um, and you help everybody out. So that means nobody like ever needs to repeat the class, or
No,
kids still repeat the class.
some do, of course,
Mm-hmm.
but you have these. For example, I know in Swedish, for example, if you don't have the same knowledge or you are below average, you
Mm-hmm.
will be put into a special class for Swedish,
Mm-hmm.
while the other people will focus on a secondary language. So they try to help everyone out the best way they can, but of course, sometimes the system fails, like in every country, but
Mm-hmm.
at least they try.
Okay. And how it is with the homeworks, because we have a lot of homeworks and a lot of things
Uh,
to do after school, for school. It's the same or
oh yeah. Yeah,
yeah?
I
Okay.
definitely. They love giving homeworks.
Mm-hmm.
I think I stopped having homework first at university,
Mm-hmm.
and we still had some, but it's not mandatory homeworks, but it's basically homework
Mm-hmm.
still. But we had homeworks all the way to high school,
All
and it
right.
was a lot of homeworks.
All right. So then Sweden is like Slovenia. So then the Finnish system is a little bit different, I think,
Yeah.
because in Finland, I think they have their. I saw that this documentary, "What to Conquer Next," by Roger Moore. When he went to Finland, and the fourth year high schoolers said they have 15 minutes of homework.
Oh,
So, yeah. So it's just like it's
it
in the
is.
next country, but uh, yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy. 4 years of high school. We have
yeah.
3.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know. Yeah, but we have four in Slovenia. We have 9 years in grammar school and four in high school. So you go out at the age of 18, and you
oh, okay.
start with the age of 5 now. So yeah,
Oh, okay. We have high school 3 years, but then we have 9 years of normal school, and then we have class 0 as well. So you have 0 and then 1 to 9 and then 3 years of high school.
all right.
So
But when do you
depending
start with 0?
at the age of 6 or 7, depending
Yeah.
if you're born early or late. So
Mm.
I started at 7 since I was born early in the year, but that also means I graduated high school when I was 19, while
Mm.
some of my friends were 18 because they were born past the summer.
Yeah. Yeah. The same here. But yeah, we finish high school at the same age. It's just a little bit different
Yeah.
organized. Yeah. So Garfi said, so not every school in Sweden is like the dream school without homework.
No.
Yeah, I was also taught in Sweden, but then I remember Finland is the one. Finland is that one who doesn't have homework, and a little bit different school system that most of the people would like to, or they how would say, it's very known and that is nice to kids, but you know we have Vicky here. She's in Sweden, so we
Eh,
will go. We will go
I would
there.
say
We need to get somebody from Finland into the show so
yeah.
they tell us. Yeah,
I would say
go
it's
ahead.
pretty similar up until university
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. That I think the Swedish university system is very different from the rest of
Is it me? No. Can you guys hear me?
say like
All right, you're back. You froze a
okay,
little
I'm
bit.
back. Okay,
Yeah,
I froze.
yeah. All right, can you repeat that?
I
So,
said
yeah,
the
Sweden.
university is different in Sweden, but not the other classes or
Mm-hmm.
years.
So, how is
I have
university different?
first of all, it's free
Mm-hmm.
and you get paid for going to university.
You
Yes.
get paid.
We get paid for going to school from I think we get our parents get paid for having us first of all, and then they get paid up until we're 18, and after we're 18 we are allowed to get that money. So
Mm-hmm.
we basically get paid for existing and going to school. And that stops when you finish high school, and then when you start university you get paid even more for going to university.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I think it is currently 300 €310 a month, I would
Mm-hmm.
say, give or take, that
All
you
right.
get paid every month, but
All
not
right.
during the summer months. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Garfi said paid for going to school might be similar to our stipendia, but I would say it's not similar to our scholarship. You know what it is? The So in Slovenian it's called otroški dokladi. That parents are getting while we are in school. So actually, parents have some. I would say they need to pay less taxes, or they get some extra benefit from having kids up until while we are in school, or maximum is the age of 26, and then after the age of 26 that is out.
Okay.
So I
No,
think,
here it
yeah,
is. You just need to study and you get paid
yeah,
for maximum
but
5 years though.
yeah, cool. But in our case, all the time parents are getting this. So in your
Uh,
case, that stops at high school, and then
yeah.
we are getting. But I think they get some benefits on paying less taxes because of that,
Yeah.
something like that. But all in all, that extra money stays in the
Yeah.
account, doesn't need to be paid. All
Yeah.
right, cool. But it is different. We don't get it.
Yeah.
We don't
So
get it.
basically it's basically just free money that you don't have to pay back, and then on top of that you can take a student loan, which is you get between 1,000 to 1,500 a month
Mm-hmm.
instead. So if you like move somewhere, you can take a loan and then you pay that back until you die basically, or
Yeah.
until you're
Yeah.
back. So
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, back to you. So, how did you deal in school? Like, how it was for you? Were you like easy, or did you had a hard time?
I wouldn't say I had a hard time. I was never the kid that got bullied, but I was never the kid that was popular either. I just existed in school basically. I had my friends, but we were just doing our own thing. Like in high school, we never went out to party. We never interacted really with the class. We just went out to take like a cup of tea or go to a restaurant or a cafe and stuff like that instead. But I would say high school and school overall is very different for every kid. But for me, it was actually just normal. Like
Mhm.
I had no problem during it, and I got pretty good grades. I would say
All right, cool. So,
I
Mark.
had it easy. I had it very easy, too easy. I would say.
All right. So both grammar school and high school.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
yeah.
Cool. Cool. So, Mark, you
I
said,
was lucky.
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say you were lucky. You just did good in school. I don't know. I don't. I cannot put. Lucky is when you pay out the lottery ticket. But
Yeah.
for something that you work daily, it's just something you were good at. I don't know. I guess you were listening at school, or something like that. So, Chad is live. School. March said school was the best part of my life. To be honest, shame you don't notice that until it's too late. Yeah, usually, right? We people are not present to what do we have now, so sometimes we gotta lose it that we know what we had. uh Carp said, a real shame. Yeah, if I had to choose, I'd instantly go back to high school or university. Yep. um yeah, I mean, for me, grammar school not, high school was good, university was good, but how I live now, I wouldn't go back for a dime. No way, man. I love it how I live now. So, but it's something that I was dreaming since I was 8 years old, that I have some job and a family. Is Mr. JP next to you? You had to say that, right? No, man. She's in the kitchen. but but she is in the chat as well, or maybe she went to type if he needed her, because he's already asleep, and then he just wakes up every 1 hour and a half to to fall back asleep, something that babies don't have. They don't know how to sleep themselves yet, so that's why they need somebody with them, to put them to sleep, help them to start sleeping. Yeah, Garfi, I knew you would say that. All right, so you had it too easy. So, okay, I mean, you said it right. It was too easy.
Yeah.
So, what about your hobbies while you were growing up?
Ugh, when I was growing up, I had a bunch of hobbies, but I would say my main focus was always music, actually. Since the age of, I think it's the age of 5 or 6,
Hmm.
I started playing instruments because of my parents, but, I played that for up until I was 19. I took classes, and now I play, for fun, basically, on my own. But that was the biggest life thing for me, basically playing music and competitive swimming. So those were the 2 main things that I did as a kid.
All right. So let's go into music. So your parents put you up to that, but did
Yes.
you hate it in the beginning? Like you didn't want to do it, or did you just accept it and go with it?
I liked it in the beginning. I had a period where I disliked, where I really, really wanted to quit. I was like, "No, this is not cool. None of my friends does it. I don't want to do it." But my mom basically forced me. She called my teacher, like my music teacher, and she just forced me, and he was on me, and everyone was just not yelling, but they were mad that I wanted to quit because they thought that I had a talent.
Hmm.
And so I kept going, and I've never been more grateful that I kept going because it was honestly the most fun ever. Like playing music is, if you do it, like if anyone in the chat that plays music, they can tell you it's honestly the best feeling in the world.
Yeah,
Like just being able to play music. It's such a great feeling. So I'm really happy I kept going.
yeah, I can agree with that, and I'm sure everybody who is. It's just like it's a when you do that, you cannot think about anything else, and you're
Yeah.
just there with whatever instrument you're playing and
Yeah.
just doing the next step and don't even think about what is coming 5 steps afterwards or what did you do five
Yeah,
things
you just
before.
living
You
in,
just gotta be in the moment. Yeah,
yeah, in the
yeah.
moment. And then when you learn like something new, it just feels so much better. Like
Mm,
learning a new piece of music, it's just amazing. It was honestly the best feeling ever. I love doing it. Um,
yeah.
but
But
yeah,
how it was for you that everybody pushed you at that moment, right? Because what I wanna put that out here is like sometimes people around us knows us better than we do, right? And they see something is us and they kind of the feeling is they push us into something, they step on us like they don't see us, they don't listen to us, when in
yeah.
fact they're listening to us more than we do. And you know did you become instantly grateful for that push, or that comes with time?
I would say it wasn't instantly, but it was pretty quick. I think it was around the age of 13, 14. That I was very like, no, I don't want to do this, blah blah blah. Um so basically before high school, but then like half year later, I realized that playing music is, it's pretty cool. Like it is a talent, because before I didn't see it as a talent. You saw it as, oh yeah, it's just something I do on the, like on the side. But then like my mom's like, Vicky, maybe you should like check this out. Like so she like talked to my teacher. They got me into like the orchestras, operas and stuff like that. So I had to play like at a very young age at the opera in my city and stuff. And honestly, it was so scary. But after doing it, I just felt amazing. And thanks to that, that's when I started realize like it's pretty damn cool. I'm so happy I didn't quit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Awesome, right? But
it
did you
wasn't
play like
instant.
in the like these big operas
Yeah. I
yeah,
played
yeah,
the big
yeah.
operas with quite a amount of people. And it was very scary because I was the leading chair, so I had solos at the age of 14, and
Wow.
I honestly thought I would die. I just
Yeah,
felt my world just crumbling until I started playing, and then everyone just disappeared.
yeah, right. As
Oh,
when you were in your head,
yeah.
but then
Yeah,
when you start
I
doing
soon
it. So what did
just
you
let it
play?
go. I played a flute,
Flute.
the silver
Oh,
flute.
nice,
Yes.
nice. That was the hard one. So
Yeah.
just go a little bit to the chat. That is the usual problem as a child doing something that no one else does it, being made fun of, and then wanting to quit something you like or are good at. Yeah, right. Because it's just like if your friends doesn't find you cool, just stop doing it. And then Mikey can chat, and he's saying hey, and then
Hi,
he
Mike.
just pressed the subscribe for 10 months. Bada
Let's
bing, bada
go,
boom,
Mike.
bang. Let's go, Mikey. Thank you for the support. Our number one gifter is here. So, you gotta be around if you want a free subscribe. Maybe Mikey do some magic, but not necessary. It's just like he has that yellow box with the number one on it. That's who he is. Let's go. uh, yeah. All right. So you played flute, right? And that
Yeah.
is that is that is the one you hold like this,
Yeah,
or the
the one you
one
hold to the
with
side. No, the one you hold to the
the
side,
side,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Did your arms ever hurt from holding it?
No, actually, no, they didn't. That's pretty weird. They didn't. I had problems though
Oh
because I have very tiny hands, so I had to
yeah.
had a custom made one because it was too big for me, and I had the same flute since I was 5 6 years old. So you can imagine that I basically grew up with that instrument. That instrument is basically the same age as me.
Uh,
So, but no, I never had
the extension of your
pain.
body.
Yeah, it basically was. It's like, you know how to say the sword is an extension of your arm? Yeah, basically the flute was this extension of my arm. But yeah, no, I never had any pain. I think well, I don't remember, so I guess it's just that I played so much that it just went away. But
Mm.
I never had any issues with it that I can remember. But yeah.
Yeah, I guess you just get used to it and you start doing it at a young age.
Yeah.
So, uh,
So
and there you go. Mike is at it. He's not leaving that number one to anybody else. He just gifted the subscription to Garfi. Let's
let's
go.
go.
Let's go. Thank you for the love and support, buddies. I appreciate it. Uh, so all right, and the other thing you said was competitive swimming. So
Yes.
how did you first of all, how did you end up in swimming? And then yet I know that swimming is quite big. It also Swedish people are good, like good on the national on the world level, right? So yeah.
Um, I think it was mostly because my mom didn't want me to play any brutal sports. She wanted me to be active, but she didn't want me to do anything dangerous. Because my mom's little girl. So she was like, "Oh, let's try swimming for her," and I just loved it. Like I'm from Croatia, so
Mm.
water, ocean. Yeah, you can't get me out of it. Like at the beach, I love swimming. I love being in the water. So she thought it would be a great option, and I just started like going with my dad and my brother to the pools here, and they were like, "Yeah, let's just sign her up." So 4 days a week, I did competitive swimming,
All
and it
right.
was intense. So 4 days swimming, 1 day music. So had a very hectic childhood.
Yeah, busy, right? But
Yeah, but it was so fun. I wouldn't change any
ex-
of it.
exactly, that was my next question, right? But it's fun, right?
Yeah.
Because we cannot really compare it, right? Because I also had really busy after school. Like I did like 4 or 5 different things: volleyball, French, basketball, uh, and dancing, and something else. So cannot really compare it how it would if you would be just out there in the streets all the time. But it does have fun. It does bring you some discipline. And what did you take from swimming like into your life? If you would say
Well,
any lessons or something that you took from it besides swimming and being really competitive, as we know you are. No, I'm joking.
I would say the biggest lesson from like swimming is honestly just the easy one. Respecting water. I have never had as much respect for the ocean and for water since I started swimming. That is honestly the biggest lesson I've taken from all of it
Mm,
because the water is scary. Like it is it is very scary. But other than that, it's just taking care of yourself.
mm,
Um, like for example, now, like I still go on and on now for the past like 1.5 year that I want to go back to swimming, but sadly I can't due to COVID now. But it's just like it's always in my mind, like oh, I miss it, I miss it. I really want to go back. It's so good for you because swimming is one of the best forms of like sports for you to like work your entire body out.
mm.
And I miss feeling like like just like having the feeling of being in the water, being like floating around. Like I can't really explain it, but it's just a great feeling.
Yeah, I can imagine because I've also liked to swim, and that's just flowing. You know, when you made the move
Yeah.
and it's just like you're like kind of a drifting. If you swim really good, it's not all hard work and being like
Yeah, it's just
but you can really like swim and go. It's really amazing. Yeah. So respect for the water, you said, and in
yeah.
competitive way, were you any good?
Yeah, I have some gold medals laying around somewhere. I didn't do a lot of competitive swimming. It was
Hmm.
just for a few years. Then I quit sadly because of the building collapsed. So,
Oh, all right.
and getting into swimming school again is it's years of waiting.
Mm-hmm.
It's really dumb. But I did a few competitive. I did both the diving and the swimming. So,
Wow, the diving
yeah.
is even more. So,
That is scary.
yeah. So before that, you won nationals or just regionals or
Just
city one?
regionals.
Regionals. All
Just
right.
city and regionals, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but that's Sweden is not a small country, so I said regional would be Slovenia.
I
but
just
yeah.
just 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 inside of my city and like
Mhm.
the state basically.
Yeah. All right, cool. And diving, right? That like we Slovenians have a diving record holder.
Ooh.
Yeah, in I think the single swim. I don't know how it says. You have two, and then you have a single one. So I think
Yeah.
in single one, she's the best. If she's second or third in two, or the other way around. I don't know, but I know
Mm.
she's record holder. So how deep did you went? What's the
It
record?
wasn't like the really high ones. Like
Mm,
I was still a child, so it was just a few meters, but that was basically it. That
yeah.
was more I didn't really compete in that. It was more
Hmm.
the competitive swimming, but the diving was more we did it because, we could. Yeah, we could. Like we had
Yeah.
entire like swimming pool for ourselves with all of it, so we did it for
Mhm.
fun and our teachers just they loved seeing us doing it because we had so much fun doing it. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So everything you said until this point, right? It you had fun.
Yeah, I had
You
a
had a lot of
I
fun.
had a fun
Yeah.
childhood. I did have a fun
Yeah.
childhood. But everyone have their ups and downs, but
Mm,
most of my life have been pretty good actually. I've been very lucky in that aspect. Okay, sure, everyone has some bad stuff going on, but most of it was really good, especially with like the school and my hobbies and stuff. It was
mm,
it was good.
yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
And when you become a teenager, your body starts to change, the hormone starts to kick out, all these type the boys. I assume you like boys. I don't know. Or yeah.
Honestly, I
Yeah.
have 3 brothers. I despised boys. Like
All
I'm
right.
sorry, but I despised boys. Um
All right.
so yeah, like I have 3 older brothers. Imagine living with that and all of them just bullying you your entire life. It's
Mm.
you you build up a hate for it. You do. But yeah.
So you're into girls now? Sorry to ask you.
No.
So all
No,
right.
no, no.
Ah,
I'm
okay.
into boys. I'm into
Okay.
boys. It's just ah, I know your tricks, okay? I know how boys works. That's like what I've taken from being brothers. My
there we
brother
go.
can come in here in the room, just like sit and like take pens out from my pen stands and just throw it at me just because it's fun.
Mhm,
Like grab ice from the freeze and just like throw it at me because it's fun. Like stuff like that.
mhm,
Brothers. But nah, in the teenage years, I was never like, oh my God, a boy. I was like, music, swimming, friends, gaming. That's when gaming became a really big part of my life. So I guess I was never the one that chased after boys.
mhm. Did
Yeah.
any boys chase after you, or you were just like, even if they did, you didn't see?
I didn't care, in all honesty. I didn't care. Um I guess some did, but I never paid attention to it. After school, I went home and I played games. I went home or I played with my friends. But other than that, I wouldn't really say that boys chased me around or I didn't notice it.
No.
Mm.
All right, got it. And you said gaming, and it's a little bit, I would say, nowadays maybe not, but a couple of years back, even 10 years back, it was a little bit odd that
Yeah.
women game, right? It was more boys or men's thing, but boys thing, not even a man. Like real men don't play video games. Now that's changed nowadays. 15, 20 years ago, it wasn't like that. Cannot remember. But how did you even discover gaming? Like through your brothers?
Yeah, my
All
brothers
right,
and my dad.
all right.
My dad and my two older brothers, they played a lot of World of Warcraft, like nerds. When I say nerds, I mean nerds. And I remember when I was a child, I loved playing GTA with my brother, like Xbox, old school Xbox and like PlayStation 2 and stuff. That's like when I started getting into gaming. And my dad is really techie, like a lot of computers and IT and stuff. So
Mhm.
at the age of 10, I got my own computer actually. And that's when I started like playing more PC games. And ever since that, I kind of stuck to PC. So since what is now 14 years, I would say I've been a gamer.
All right. And then you started with GTA
Yeah, San Andres.
San
I love the
Andreas.
bikes.
Yeah,
I love the bike.
yeah.
That's
That
like the
one, that
memory I
one,
have.
that was the one I played the most as well. I have GTA 5 on PlayStation, but never finished it.
And Halo
Uh,
1.
I've
That's
never
like
played it.
you have to. Halo is it's honestly I think it's one of the first games I started and then it was GTA, but Halo, I loved it. It
Mm.
was so fun. I think that's
So
what like got me into shooters.
yeah. So what like pulls you in if you would look now back? Like what was the reason? All right, besides that you got your own computer, you have your dad and brothers there, right? But what was in it for you personally? Like what
It
did you get
started with
out of it? Yeah.
me watching my brothers play and I saw how competitive and how engaged they got into video gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, I got that engaged when I played music or when I was swimming. But for them, it was basically just pixels on a screen. And I was like, I couldn't figure it out at first. But when they started like letting me play, it was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like because you got this like kick of energy, like, okay, I have a new mission. I want to know what it is. It's like this eager to figuring out what is
Mm-hmm.
going on. Because for me it was a new concept, like just something on a screen. Like it's not a movie, but you have your own choices to make, and it was just so much fun. It's like whatever you couldn't do in real life, you could do there.
Mm-hmm.
It just became like a thrilling sensation playing a game like when you're completely new at it. It was just so different and it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And that made me like stick to it and then explore it even more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally can relate to that. So, so it's
Yeah.
it's there, right? It's the drive to figure it, and like you said, what you
Yeah.
cannot achieve out there, you can achieve it here. Kind of it gives you the feeling of success that you're good
Yeah.
at least at something you're good at. If you're not average, you can
Stealing
think,
bikes.
yeah. I
Uh,
cannot still bike out there, so but I can do
yeah.
it here. So
Yeah,
here I can be
exactly.
the bad version of myself. I can be the devil here. But otherwise,
Yeah.
I'm all yay people. But but all right, and then you said Halo competitive, like for the guys that is FPS. It's not.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's even Halo is FPS. It is right. First person shooter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
ish with
yeah.
storytelling and open
All right.
world. It's I don't even know how to
But
explain
did
it.
you play it competitive or just story
No, no, no.
mode?
I just played it for fun. I just loved running around shooting stuff. It was
Mhm,
so exciting. It was so much fun, honestly. Um, and after that, that got me into testing Counter Strike.
mhm,
And I wasn't into Counter Strike a lot. Like Counter Strike, when I liked it the most, it was on console, and it was like just playing against bots because I was god awful. Um, but then when I started playing on my PC, I started going more for like Sims actually.
Mm.
At a young age, I started playing Sims and what else was it? Sims and Skyrim. Because since my brother knew I had a PC, they just bought me games for Christmas. Like they just every single new game that came out in December, I got it. So it was really fun. So that's like when I start playing more serious, I would say. Because around the age of say like 15 or younger, that's when I stopped swimming. So that's when the time I used to put in swimming, I put it into gaming instead. Because I didn't really find anything else that I wanted to do.
Hmm.
So
But how did you then kept your physical condition in shape? Besides PA in school, did you do anything else to take care
nope.
of your body? You didn't.
I
No.
I I actually well, it's not really a activity, but I biked and walked everywhere.
Mhm.
No matter if it was a snowstorm, it was 2 meters of snow. I was on the bicycle to school. Like now, I would say it's pretty like pretty stupid doing that, but I mean, it kept me in shape. So
Yeah.
But other than that, I stopped after like swimming. I kind of stopped doing physical activity other than PA in school.
Mhm. Yeah, but anyway, biking in snow by itself, it's a hard thing, right?
It's
you
pretty
need
stupid.
you need a lot of balance and everything. But
Yeah.
yeah, so did you ever fall like
No,
really bad?
surprisingly, no.
Oh.
Um, I didn't. I mean, it was me and like all of the friends from school. We all just biked together, so you would see just a bunch of like 10 kids just biking in the snowstorm. Um, but no, we never fell, which is weird, but it was kind
I
of fun. It
the
was
Vi-
fun.
it's a Viking thing. We cannot
Yeah,
understand this.
honestly, it is.
Awesome.
You wouldn't know.
Awesome. So, all right, you said the hours went out. You put it in the gaming. So, were you
Yeah.
ever Slovenia? A lot of time happens that parents there then start. You're playing too much, you're wasting
Oh
time.
yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. My mom, she was like, "Oh, this is gonna affect your school, blah blah blah," and she thought it did, but it never really affected my school. But she was
Mhm.
like, "I'm gonna take your keyboard," but sneaky me had two keyboards, so I could still play when she was not at home. So I would say I did sneak my mom a bit as a kid, but
Mhm.
um, I probably would have listened to her more if my grades actually was horrible. But my grades never like I don't know what grade system you have, but we have A to F. Like my grades was always like A B.
Mhm.
So I never saw it as a problem that I gained because I always had top grades in school. So to me it was just a hobby. And my mom had very she don't understand gaming yet to this day.
Yeah, yeah, can can get that from the both sides. But yeah, we have a school. The grades are from 1 to 5, so 1 being the baddest, 5 is the
Yeah.
best. So in your terms, you had 5 and 4s in Slovenia. So yeah, those are good grades. Most of the parents leave their kids be if they have that kind of grades. uh, all right, and then you said into more serious gaming. What does that
Yeah.
mean? Serious gaming.
Uh I started playing a lot of MMO games where I met a bunch of friends, but for the past I would say 5 years or so, I started playing Overwatch, and that's like when I really really got into gaming because that's when I started playing competitive for the first time and I found a game where I'm pretty good at. And actually where I met Mike. Fun
Mm,
story. Um, but around that time, like so basically newly, that's when I started getting into gaming even more and it's actually became a passion, like a real hobby and just not something that I do like on my spare time. Like I really enjoy doing this over um like for example going out having dinner with my friends, which kind of stupid, but I really enjoy it and that's also why I started studying stuff where I can later on work with gaming because this
mm.
really is a passion that I want to do and continue with.
Yeah, and but by which point did you discover that that is your passion? Not, I mean, okay, first starts as a hobby, something that
Yeah.
intrigues you, but when it comes like, I want to do that, this is it.
Um, I would say at university actually.
Mhm.
So the year I graduated high school, around there when I had no clue what I wanted to do, that's when I realized that gaming was always there for me, and I always like got intrigued. And every time I saw a new game, I was like, yeah, I really want to do that. Other than if they like released, like for example, what is it? Most kids like concerts. Oh
Mhm.
yeah, my favorite artist coming. I was like, no, my favorite game is coming, a new expansion pack. Like I was always so excited for it, and that's when I noticed that it is a passion and not just like a hobby.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah.
So
So now we get to this question, right, which is a really big one for everybody who's growing up and thinking about university, right? So where to which university to go? So how did you deal with that?
oh, I messed up a lot when it comes to that. I wanted to study engineering first, actually. So I did one pre-year of engineering where I took all the physics, maths, and all of that boring stuff. But after that, I was like, okay, yeah, the gaming industry is probably not like a good thing to get into. So then I switched program after I finished the first one, and I started studying something I didn't enjoy. And that's the good part with Sweden because you can switch whenever you want
Hmm.
since you don't pay for it. So after 2 years, and having finished all of the classes, I switched program into something that I really felt passionate about. So it took me 3 years to figuring out what I really wanted to do.
Hmm.
And of course, it feels felt like I wasted 3 years of my life, but when I think about it, it's I still have 3 years of knowledge and 3 years of classes that I can still put on my resume that are pretty good. Um, but that's like the good part I would say about Sweden. Since it's free, you can change and switch and start whenever you want to really find what you want to do and not like pay for something and then regret it later on.
Yeah, in Slovenia is similar. You can either do 1 year again for free, and afterwards, if you do it again, you need to start paying, or you can switch one time for free. So if you went, let's say, to economics and see that doesn't work for you, so then you go to, I don't know, chemistry, and you see that is it, you know.
Yeah.
And if you want to go from chemistry then to something else, you need to pay.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
Here
it's
just depending on your grades.
all right.
Depending on your grades and your I think it is SAT test.
Mm-hmm.
That depends where you can go, what school, and what you can study. So the better grades you have, the harder educations you can take, basically.
All right. So and now you are in which department?
I am in design and IT, so design and programming.
All right. And
So,
what I don't know what you just said except programming, but
basically, we design products,
designing
website.
program. Oh, my bad, my bad,
Yes.
my bad.
So we basically do research and design for anything and everything you can think of.
Awesome. And what is the craziest thing you did so far?
The craziest thing we have done, I would say it is us building a lamp to detect how much energy juices you do in your home. I would say that's the craziest thing we've done so far. Building a lamp. And we also have built small robots. That was pretty fun. But that's like what we do. So either we build technical stuff, either we
Mhm.
program something, or we build stools out of wood. It's very different in variation, but
Mhm.
it's can be anything. But I
All
would say
right.
the robot and the lamp because it was really fun, actually.
Yeah, Mikey says robots don't build them; they want to take over. You know.
Don't worry, Mike. He was this tiny. He was this tiny. He can't hurt anyone.
Well, right. Until these tiny robots get into one big robot, then you know. Hey,
Mm.
but But all right, and how do you see this education can help you in the gaming that you wanna like? Where do you see yourself going?
So basically what I study, I want to end up in the research area of the gaming department. So, the game testing, testing all of the games and like researching about what the game does and what people think. So, most companies that take in playtesters to test
Hmm.
their games. So basically what where I would be is that department researching for the programmers and the developers basically.
All right.
That's what I wanna do.
So yeah, test the experience and then you
Yeah,
give feedback what works, what
yeah.
doesn't work, and
Basically user testing. Yeah.
mhm. Awesome. And I didn't even know that I thought they just pick up the gamers they find. Not that that is the like a job.
No, I was very shocked as well, but apparently it is a job and it's very high demand as well.
Hmm.
And even if you don't wanna do it in the gaming industry, you can do it for companies as well.
Hmm.
It's just I really like to research and, like, figure things out. Like, answer questions and find questions no one have asked, basically.
Awesome. And did you like try to work like that for any company, or do you
I
have
haven't
like any practical, like practical work? I don't know how to say it.
I haven't worked after, but I am playtesting at the gaming company
Hmm.
and I have a bit of contact with them. So I am probably gonna do my fifth semester at them as like a internship.
Hmm. And which company, if it's not a secret, or it is a secret? It's
I
a
can't
secret.
say.
It's a secret. All right. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Cool. And what did I want? I had a question and now I lost it. Oh yeah. So but would you ever think about like if you would make anti cheat for all the games?
Ooh, I don't know. That never caught my mind. I have not thought about that.
Yeah, I mean because
Um,
you said designing, programming, uh, yeah, just
well,
programming, program the
yeah,
anti cheat. I think a lot of people would buy it, just like they're buying cheats. So,
yeah. Probably, yeah.
uh,
No, but I haven't thought about that. I think that is way out of my department of knowing. But
all
I
right.
can understand.
So
Mm.
being a passionate gamer and find out that that is something you want to do. The I mean, how does your dad and mom accept that?
Oh, my dad don't care. He like gaming as well, so he accepted.
Hmm.
My mom is different since she grew up differently. She grew up in Croatia,
Hmm.
so it was way different from the lifestyle here. Plus, she's very school orientated since she's a professor. She really wants me to be like her in a way, study, 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 instead of playing games, read a book, instead of doing this, study harder, because she loves learning new things with the help of books, while I love to learn things by watching stuff
Hmm.
and doing it myself. But she when I grew up, like, now when I'm older, she's like, "Oh, you can't do it." She's like, "Maybe you shouldn't spend as much time in front of your computer. Maybe you shouldn't play games today." But she never, like, full on stopped me or yelled at me for it. But she
Hmm.
just, like, gave heads up. She's like, "Oh, yeah, I don't think you should play today, blah, blah, blah." But she never, like, took my piece or anything.
Hmm.
So I would say she accepted, but worries about it, I guess.
Yeah, the yeah, I would say for a lot of older generations, it's a very uncertain job. It's something to just have fun and not actually
Yeah.
make a living out of it in whatever way, right? Uh, and the chat is asking, which games are you playing at the moment?
Oof, I started playing League of Legends, so I'm currently addicted to that. But I also play Overwatch a lot. That's like my most competitive game mode, like game that I play because that's like the game I'm really good at. But I
Hmm.
also play still Sims 4 since I was a kid. and some Division. I love like storytelling games, and thanks to Mike, I started playing The Witcher. So I have a lot of games at the same time that I play, but those are the main ones that I play now.
And Eco. You forgot Eco.
And Eco, yes.
Yeah.
Lovely Eco.
Uh,
um
yeah. All right. Yeah. So Mike is here. So how did you two met?
oh, we met on Overwatch. I think it was Milky forcing him to ping his Twitch in the general chat,
Mhm.
and me and a friend was laughing at it because oh look, someone posted your Twitch, let's go check it out. And then we just started commenting, and then we started joining his games, and ever since that, me and Mike have been friends. So yeah, we just met because he pinged his Twitch in Overwatch, and then we started playing Overwatch together and
Nice.
other games now.
Nice. Yeah, that's how it happened. You see, from the they were like, look at this guy picking the Twitch. Let's
Yeah.
go bully him a little bit, and
Yeah,
then
that was
and
kind of
then
how
now
it was.
and now they're friends. Uh, so Tsuri just gave 100 cheers, and he
Let's
wrote
go.
"Chupapi Bunyenyo." Let's go, Tsuri. The number one cheerer and number one gifter are in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. How
Let's
cool is
go.
that? Let's go. Uh, so Micholin is asking, when will you finish this internet life and you go party with your friends and boys on the concert?
Probably never.
There you go.
Probably never.
There you go. Yeah, maybe
um,
you missed Micholin. She just said that gaming or this world is her passion and she wants to build a career in it. So that's it. When you
eh,
find a passion and
yeah.
you want to build your life career in it, you don't leave that. And yeah, she's still going out, so why not?
Sometimes, yeah, I'm social. I work still. Yeah.
Yeah, so
But
and yeah, so being a student at the moment and sharing all this with us, and you said you work as well besides getting that money from the country, so that everybody gets in Sweden. If you're at university, you get
yeah,
310 euros per month just to be in the university.
yes.
For everybody who missed it. So why do you work, and where do you work, like in your passion, or is just like just the work?
No, just to the side. My mom was like, maybe you should start working. So I started working when I was 16.
Hmm.
Um, because she's like, if you want to spend money and buy the things you do, um, you should like work, because she wanted me to learn the value of money instead of like being like my brother and like just like getting anything he points at. She didn't want me to be the same. So I started working just because I wanted to be able to go to a cafe, buy iced tea, buy coffee, buy tea, buy whatever, like not being restricted and have to ask my parents for money if I wanted to have something. So now I just work because I just can't sit at home. Like, like I get bored if I sit at home. Like I was out of work for 5 months because of COVID. And I've honestly never been that bored in my entire life. I was so bored. It was like someone just ripped my soul out.
Mm.
Because my work is very social. I work in a franchise. So basically cashier and food at 7-Eleven. And honestly, I might not be a very social person, but I still like loved hearing the stories that my customers tells, and I love my coworkers a lot. And it's just I miss doing it. So
Mm.
I wouldn't say I work because I need the money, but I do it because I want to be able to do stuff that I enjoy, like travel, buy games, upgrade my PC, and stuff like that. So I work for my passion, even though the work I do is not my passion.
Yeah, all right, but very how would say uh very cool stuff in manner of from your mom to
Yeah.
to kind of like point you into direction and that you stepped in. And surprisingly, you said then I was 5 months home, I couldn't work, and I was bored. while your passion is gaming, right? That means that you
Yeah.
could be basically for 5 months you could be gaming 24/7, and it's still inside of that you find that you were missing people, co-workers and customers,
Yeah.
which is like we just said, like there's a little bit chat going on about like what is life, what is not. So being online is not the life, so you got to be out there in life by Michelin, but he's gaming as well, so I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. I'm kidding, I'm messing with you, but um but it's like and yeah, but yet, right, I think talking to you right now, what you are sharing is like it's like one of the healthiest approach to when you have passion in gaming and you love to game, and then still not to, because what happens with me, right, I'm addicted to games when I was a teenager, right? And if I wouldn't have all these side stuff doing, like the competitions, I train dancing 7 times a week, 4 hours, so whenever I was free I was gaming. You know, uh, 5 months 24/7 gaming, that would be paradise, right? You know what I mean? So but with you is vice versa, which means that when something is passion, you don't do it all the time, because that's just not it.
Yeah.
You can think about it all the time, but you don't do it. So it's really cool that
Yeah. I would
it's kind of
say
a, yeah.
it changed my like my routine as well. I think
Mhm.
that's also what bothered me the most. Like I used to work weekends, like every weekend, and waking up at like what was I think was like 5 a.m. in the morning on a Saturday, and then not being like then not doing it. Like it was just like why? Like I can genuinely say I miss waking up at 5 a.m. on a Saturday. Like I miss doing that. Like that's how much I missed actually working, which is weird. Instead of like sitting up all Saturday just gaming, like gaming into the late on Friday, I was like, no, I want to work. Like I miss it.
Yeah, right. But you, like you said, you didn't really miss work. You miss the
Nah.
co-workers and the customers, and
Yeah.
being with the people actually in person, right? And while
Yeah.
being with them, not drank yourself up to that, but I mean, but actually like providing them with something, to
Yeah.
be in, like, how to say, being a productive inside of that. So yeah,
Yeah. It felt nice doing something other than just sitting at home in front of my books
mm.
and PC and stuff.
And it's really cool because, and the other thing you said, I work because I don't need money, when in fact most of people that are in high school and university, most of them work because they need money, right?
Mm.
Because like you said, okay, I want to afford stuff that my parents won't just give me because I said give me, and they will give it to me. But still is like what I got when you said it. It was like you do it for the experience of being with the people, learning learning like how to be with people, the
Yeah.
communication skills that will get you handy when you will be once employed by a company, like I said, in fifth semester. It's good if you know how to communicate in person,
Yeah.
right? Rather only
Yeah.
online and being a
Yeah.
keyboard warrior all the time.
Yeah, like
Mm.
work definitely helped me with my social anxiety.
Mhm.
I used to be super shy. Like if you met me before I started working, I would never be on a camera. I would never talk. I would never even like look at anyone.
Mhm.
But thanks to work that where you have to communicate, you have to be the person that takes the first step to say hello and ask questions. It helped me a lot going outside of my bubble and actually like communicating with friends and like even getting talking to Mike. Like I would never have met Mike online if I didn't like work. So I had this experience of talking to strangers.
Mhm. Yeah, and can we look a little bit more into that? Because I got a lot of
Yeah.
questions for teenagers, right? So what actually builds social anxiety in you? Because nobody is born with it. Like you see little kids, they have no anxiety. They don't even know what fear is, They're just existing, right? So then things start happening while you're growing up. So what happened with you?
I would say it's mostly because I was never the girly girl. You
Mhm.
know how most girls is like, "Oh yeah, makeup. Oh yeah, dolls. I like pink. I like this," I was like, "I like cars. I like shooter games. I thought football and basketball, all of that stuff was really cool. Like I love that stuff, and I like always had like jeans and hoodies instead of like dresses to school and stuff. And older I got, I would say the more people thought it was weird in a way, and it never bothered me per se, but it made me not wanting to interact with everyone that I met, I would say. So I never felt like bad about it. I just didn't want to waste my time on people that would judge me for who I am, basically. So I think that's like what built up my social anxiety, not wanting to speak to people
Mhm.
because I never felt the need of talking to someone that would look down on me, and I didn't want to give people the chance either, I would say.
But it sounds like the opinion of others were you were being burdened by what others will
Yeah.
think of you.
I just like it wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm gonna change who I am because of others. It was more
Hmm.
like I'm
Yeah.
just not gonna talk to them,
Hmm.
like that.
Yeah, I
Uh
got it. I got it totally.
yeah.
But it is like in a way, right? It's still opinion of others
Yeah.
is how to say managing your life, right? Your
Yeah.
life went by having a fear of what other thinks of you. So you didn't even
Yeah.
want to give them a chance because you probably also missed a couple of people or maybe a lot of people who would say, "Hey, you're so cool that you like this. I
Yeah.
never met a girl, So
Yeah,
so so
probably.
so the social anxiety also uh, gets you to miss a lot of things. So and then you
Yeah.
said you start working. So how was that experience for you? All right, you said my mom said, and then how it was for you even finding a job with this social anxiety.
So the reason I found a job here in Sweden, where in eighth and ninth grade, you have to do practical work
Mhm.
at any place. Most people do like kindergarten. I did it in a store. And from there, when I got older, they employed me for summer work. So basically, they reached out to me
Mhm.
because I did such a good job that they wanted me on the team. So I started working for them, and I worked for them until 2017, where I quit and changed to my current job. Um,
So, but
because
uh, sorry,
no, continue.
continue.
Ask.
Oh yeah, I just want to. We will look into that a little later, but we want to go back, right? So you said, all right, we have practical work.
Yeah.
So I want to know how did you just accept it? All right, I gotta do it. So it is what it is. I don't want to talk to a lot of people, so I'll somehow manage it. Or did you have like this big anxiety going to there? Or
I would say it was my mom that like got the workplace for me,
Mhm.
and I worked in a really small group of people. I think we were like 5, and so I didn't really talk to a lot of people in the beginning. It was just mostly those 5 people. And sure, I was really shy, but they were actually very friendly. They see like a little kid joining them and having
Mhm.
to work with them. Of course, they're gonna be like very reserved themselves, but they helped me like starting to talk. Like they start asking, how are you, what are your hobbies, what do you do, what school do you go to, and stuff like that. And that's made me started talking to them, and then it was me starting asking them how they are. And then it slowly went away because it was such a small group of people that I didn't really feel forced in a way. If it's a bigger
Mhm.
group, you would be like pushed to talk, or like a lot of new strangers all the time. Here was like a solid little group for 2 weeks that I talked to.
Mhm. And how did then, did your social anxiety then slowly, gradually start to
Yeah,
disappearing, or
yeah.
yeah, all right.
Well, it's not like, for example, now I'm not social in real life other than if I'm with my friends. So for example, I would never like go out to a bar and meet new people, like strangers. I would never do that because that's still out of my comfort zone. But I feel more safe, like, meeting friends online or, like, talking to my friends and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Or if we're in a group setting where I know someone, then I can definitely talk to others. But other than that, I don't really reach out to strangers in a way. Not in real life, at least.
Yeah, got that. So it's still somehow there, but
Yeah,
anyway, how many people do reach out to strangers on a daily or weekly basis?
not a
Not
lot.
like that. So, so yeah, but it's just like a funny thing how we use these terms, right? I'm not social. So how do you social for you means what?
Basically, someone that can talk and be really, really friendly and can really like connect with someone they just met.
Mm.
Like not having any fear of walking up to someone and like asking what time is it, or like asking about, oh yeah, where did you get this bag, or where did you buy this car, or something like that. That's like someone being social for me. For me, I would just like, if I go to place an order, I would just be like, hi, can I please order this? And then I
Vicky, come on.
where I don't have to.
You just froze a little bit, so you were like somebody
Oh,
just ordered, and then you
Oh, I
froze. That's
said
it.
oh, okay, sorry. I said that I just, like, talk to someone if I
Mm-hmm.
have to,
Mm-hmm.
never if I don't have to,
Mm-hmm. All right.
basically.
Yeah. So, but that is really no. What I mean, why is helping also me. What to answer to kids who are asking me. How to deal with social anxiety, so I can like point them now, right?
Mm,
Because I never think about it for me, right? Never was that issue. So I'm like, I know it's built of fears. It's the fears of others. You're afraid what people think of you. But now you just gave me also an answer. What to say to them, like how they can deal with it, and in a like
yeah.
very smooth way, right? And that actually works for everybody. So yeah, it's just like that. You froze again, and then chat says frozen too.
Yeah. Don't worry, we're probably gonna be Frozen 3.
Yeah. Come on, Garfield. You just got a gifted sub, and now you're all like here because you got, look, mods got swords. I don't know why you mess with them, and, they have all my support. And, so I'm with the mods. I love you guys, each and every one, every follower, every subscriber, every viewer, even if you're not following the channel. But, you know, if the mods swing their sword, they do it for a reason. So, don't give them the reason. Or
Mike with the banhammer.
sometimes you don't know you're giving them the reason, but then you find out you just gave them the reason, so for further streams. And by the way, chat said you have a really nice mic. So
Thank you.
what is it? Looks like a Dead Star, they say.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
So what
the
company is that mic, or
it's the Blue Snowball. It's called the Blue Snowball.
is company is Blue Snowball, or the
Yeah,
mic?
the company's blue.
Uh-huh.
The
All right.
mic is Snowball, so
Uh,
Blue Snowball.
all
Even though
right.
it's not blue, but
Even
you
though
know.
it's not white either.
Yeah.
Like Snowball is usually white.
Yeah.
But all right, cool. And since you're being a gamer, right? And so how do you pick your like hardware? You know what I mean? Do you have like a specific type of keyboards that you like, mouse you like, microphones, like this mic, right? How did you get to pick this mic? Because there is a was that like you were really researching, or it just pops by and said, "Oh, that looks cool. I want to have it."
This mic I bought just because I didn't want to use the microphone on my headset. So I was just out in the store and it was like, oh, here, 20% sale. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get it. So I really didn't think about my
Mhm.
mic per se. But the rest I Google. I would say I'm very picky now with what I want, since I'm trying to achieve like the setup I want to have.
Mhm.
So I'm very picky. Like I can go for like 4 months just trying to pick out the keyboard that I like. And I'm still trying. So if anyone in the chat have great suggestion for a white keyboard, please send me, because I need help.
You need
So
and why white?
I want to go for a white setup. I don't know
Mhm.
why, but I feel very intrigued by having a white setup.
All right, so you have
Um,
a white chair. You
I have
need
a
the
white chair, I have a
uh,
white desk, and I'm working on a new PC, but
mhm.
it's very hard since there's no graphic cards out in the market. So I have to wait and postpone that. But
Mhm.
that's gonna be like the dream setup. It's
But
gonna
then
be
you need
white.
a white mic as well. You need a new
Yes,
mic.
I'm gonna upgrade the mic and everything. So it's like a 2 to 3 year process here,
All right.
probably.
And why is that? Just like because you just have this idea, or is anything else behind it?
I've seen a lot of desktop tours, and uh, the only desktop that really like speaks to me and gets me like really like excited and like, oh my god, I really want that, is having a white desktop with like maybe like white and blue or white and pink or something like that. It just makes me like really want to have it, while
Mhm.
a dark black desktop is just like, nah, it's like it's too dark for me, I would say. It's like it
Mhm.
doesn't get me excited to like wanting to play, like wanting to be in front of a PC.
All right, cool. Never thought about it like that, but I have everything in black, so I guess I have my theme. Except the desk
Yeah,
is not black,
yeah.
but kind of
Uh,
like the
I
hardwood desk. So.
I love designing as well, like both like designing apps and like
Mhm.
graphical design and stuff, but also interior design. Probably why I love Sims so much.
Mhm.
I love like decorating rooms and houses and stuff as well. So I guess that's also why I'm very like specific what how with why and how
Mhm.
everything's gonna look.
But did you only do it for yourself, or did you do, or also do for somebody else of them and
No, only for
let it up?
myself.
All right.
I've helped some people out, but it's like just me giving them ideas.
Mhm.
But mostly just like for my mom and for me that I've done stuff.
All right. So I might we might talk because, like I said, on 27th of June, I'm moving, and I will set up my office in my old room at my parents' house because it's not being used, and we'll be living very close, so we have apartment. And then when I go to do streams and other type of things that I do in front of computer, it's uh, uh I need to redecorate that room.
Yeah, I can definitely help you. It's like I love doing it, so
Yeah, I will also need to buy that foam that you put on the walls that block the sound.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That is like
For all of the rage in Call of
eh,
Duty.
yeah, for all of, or just being, sometimes I want to, like, when we are doing podcast or talk show, I want to be a little bit louder, and because sometimes you can
Yeah.
say something we really like, but it's like the son is sleeping in next room, the neighbors, and so there's like hold myself back, and then that's why I want to, in my dream setup, like in the house we'll build, it will be in the cellar, and
Ooh.
I could be like open the chest fully out. So
Yeah.
uh so yeah. All right, so we covered that. um okay, besides, you said you like traveling, where and why?
I just love exploring. I guess I also got that, which is weird. I think I also got that from gaming because
Mhm.
in games I love exploring new places on maps, and I love doing it in real life as well. And my parents have also always been very travel people. So since a young age, I've always been traveling. Plus, I go to Croatia almost every year. So just like traveling, being in new places just makes me really happy and excited because it's like something new that I've never seen.
Yeah, but
So I,
you said before social anxiety and then traveling and exploring new places. So
yeah.
do you talk to strangers on that, or you just do it all by
Oh
yourself?
no, 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 no. We don't talk unless we're forced to talk.
All right, all right.
um,
So
I
you just.
usually travel with family, so I
Mhm,
usually just hang out with family or the cousins and stuff.
mhm.
But no, I don't really interact with other
Yeah.
humans unless I have to.
All right. Good that you had to somewhere, or that we meet. So you had been with us today. But that's online, right? It's a little bit easier.
Yeah,
You can just mute the people, or how to
yeah,
say,
exactly.
block them, and that's okay. So, Chad, do you have any more questions for Vicky? Because I'm out. I don't know.
Anything.
I don't know what else to ask you, except except the headphones, are those the Bose ones? They look like
No,
Bose.
it's Steel Series
Okay,
wireless.
nice. I checked that. I checked that
Nice.
one.
They are really nice.
They're
They're
good ones. Yeah.
comfy.
I had the mouse when I was in Denmark. I had to buy a new mouse, and
Ah.
I bought the Steel Series, and that mouse suffered, man. I think I worn it out. That's the only mouse in the
I have a
history.
Steel Series. So
I
nice.
worn that mouse out. Like the right click button, because I play League of Legends so much, was it's like
Oh
you didn't even
god.
have to apply any force on it. It clicked. So you just put the hand on
Oh,
and just
poor
like,
mouse.
yeah. So that one went out. Yeah. So Mike said I
Oh
have
god.
questions, but not for stream. Well, good for you.
Wow,
So
Mike.
there you go, Vicky. You heads up. Mikey gave you a heads up
Alright. Alright.
online.
Slide into my DMs, Mikey. I will see what the question is later.
uh, all right, so yeah, Vicky, anything you want to say? In the beginning when we met, you said, yeah, I'm not, I don't know how to talk about myself, but I think you did a pretty damn good job. So
I think we did pretty good. I
yeah,
think yeah. Just a little push, you know?
yeah,
The push
sometimes.
always help.
So how was the whole experience for you?
Um, I'm still very nervous and shy being in front of camera.
Hmm.
I'm never in front of camera, but it's getting easier. You're a really good host, I must say. It's like it feels good. Like you're very fluent. You know, you talk to me and others. You know, you don't like let us be the one that just sit
Hmm.
like a question mark and look stupid.
Yeah,
So yeah, it was a really good experience, and I'm really grateful that you had me here.
thank you for your words, and yeah, those are the secret intentions that I have for my guests, that they kind of look through their life and they get comfy in front here and they see it's no boohoo, just two
Yeah.
friends talking and having fun with the chat as well. So Michael said, I was pleasantly surprised when I saw that you're going to be on the podcast, Vicky. Good stuff.
Aw. Wait, I'm gonna
Yeah.
see if I can find a heart here for Mikey to send. There you go, Mike. You get a little heart.
There you go, Mikey. You see, and Vicky is the cheerer as well. I see. Yep.
Yes, I
By the
am.
badge. There we go. That's how you become a guest. No, I'm joking. Imagine you want to be a guest in the talk show. Well, drop the money.
Yeah,
Drop
drop the money. Then I will have you on
like
here.
all of out of all 55 guests, Vicky is the 55th today. It's like they all pay me to be in it. It's like,
Of
people
course,
ask me,
yeah.
but the funny thing is, people ask me, is it hard for you to find the guests? And I'm like, no.
No.
I just write to people and they say yes. I never got a no, or I did get one. I think did get one no, but kind of I was a long shot, and it was in a sort of way I expected it, but
Yeah.
I still asked. But for most of the people, I think it was like 5 to 10 of them. They either didn't reply at all, or they seen the message, didn't reply. Like it's just the same thing, and
Yeah.
that was it. But out of 55, 5 to 10 is like nothing. So
Yeah. I
so
mean,
yeah.
stuff like this helped me with my social anxiety, so
Yeah, right.
yay.
So
Good for me.
it's a win-win, right? It's a
Yeah.
win-win. So there you go, guys. This is it. Vicky, really thank you for saying yes.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you to introduce us, to a gaming world. Why you do this? Like really like to get to know you. You know, like you said, you don't share yourself with strangers, which we in a kind of are, because we played Eco together, but we didn't really talk about life much. And then being with us on podcast, it's really amazing. So yeah, um, we'll see us around on Mondays when Vicky will say I want to be part of the podcast. And besides that, thank you everybody. Thank you for the subscribes. The
Thank you.
Mikey pulled the guns again. On him, his subscribe and gifting, and then
And the bits. The
and
bits.
the beats from the Tsuri. He pulled the gun on that. Doesn't want to leave the number one cheater to anybody else. So awesome to have you guys here. Hope you enjoyed it. Now even Vicky is after your juice. Yes. What? Nobody's after. It's fine. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, JP. All
Thank
right.
you, Mikey.
All right. Garfi doing his thing, but I love the man. His mind is like one of the how would say the the most creative ones I ever talked to. I think it's just like he's out of proportion, and it's kind of my flow. He has black humor in it, which is like we all dig. At least I do. So it's like that. All right, with the heart of Garfi and very special mind, I love it. With the words of Mikey, once again, thank you guys.
Thank
Hug
you.
somebody, tell them you love them, and see you tomorrow. Caught stream. I don't know yet. Probably in the evening, because I got stuff to do during the day, and then Friday again in the evening. So until tomorrow, bye bye.